Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Now we are going to see about electronic spreadsheet, that is Unit 2 electronic spreadsheet. Session 1, analyze data using scenarios and goal seek. This session we need to cover today. So other 3 sessions already we have completed. So now we are going to see the session 1. Under that we have around 4 or 5 topics in under session 1. Okay. So analyze data using scenarios and goal seek. So first one, consolidating data. So in order to consolidate data, okay, that means what is meant by consolidation? The contents of the cells from several sheets, no, in Excel, if you open, either it may be OpenOffice Calc or Microsoft Excel. So the contents of cells from several sheets, okay. So defaultly, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 will be there when you are opening Excel. Okay, so for example, if you see here, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, defaultly, totally 3 sheets will be there when you open OpenOffice Calc or Microsoft Excel. Okay, the contents from different sheets no, are going to be combined together in one place. That is, in one sheet, we can combine the contents of the cells from the several sheets can be combined in one place. That is the meaning of consolidation here. So first, let us look at the example part. We will take one example and we will discuss this consolidation of data from the two sheets to into another sheet. Okay, so that is from two sources, two sheets, sheet 1 and sheet 2. We are going to consolidate or combine the data together, and we are making that result in the third sheet. Okay, so that we will see as a practical, and then we will come to this theoretical part. Okay. So now we will move on to practical part. So here I have created one example, that is in January month. Okay, some persons, customers names who are having deposits in the bank, no, like 30,000, 40,000, like that they are having. So around 5 persons names, 5 customers name I have mentioned here, and they are withdrawing amount also. So in January month, the person Arun has withdrawn amount 6,000, withdraw amount 3,000, 6,000, and he deposited the amount 30,000. Okay, so likewise for every person, the withdrawal amount and the deposit amount was given here, is given here. So if you go to sheet 2, the same persons and along with that, two new customers have added to the bank. Okay, so Aswin and Karthik. Okay, so their withdrawal amount and also their deposited amount also mentioned here in the February month. So here in sheet 3, what we are going to do here is for both the persons, that is for both the months, okay, January and February month, data no, together we are going to display here in the sheet 3. Okay, so what transactions made in 2 months, past 2 months, that is January and February. So like that we can make use of this Excel in order to get the consolidated data. Okay, so how we can achieve this, that we will see here. So first you need to be in sheet 1. Okay, so and go to data tab, and you need to choose the consolidate option. Okay, so here if you look at this consolidate dialog box, you can see the first option as function. So under this function, if you click this drop down arrow, okay, you'll have a list of functions like sum, count, average, max, min, product. As per your requirements, so which applications you are going to use this uh, functions, no, according to that you can make use of the functions as per your requirement. Okay, so here we are going to perform the addition. Okay, so withdrawal amount for 2 months and for deposit amount also for 2 months for the same customer we are going to get in the third sheet. Okay, so that sum function only we need to use here. So defaultly sum function only will be available whenever you open this consolidate dialog box. Okay, so now we need to choose the sum function. After that, the consolidation ranges, already I have done the consolidation ranges for checking. So that ranges are available here. If you want to erase these two already available consolidation ranges, you need to select one by one, or select together and then choose delete. Okay, so select together and choose delete option here. The ranges will get deleted. So now newly I want to add the consolidation range, that is from which two cells, two sheets we want to combine the results. Okay, so that should be mentioned with the help of the source data range. Okay, so actually here that consolidation ranges need to be included here in this box. So for that, what we need to do here is in the source data range option under, we need to get the we need to place the cursor here, and we need to type the range. Okay, so instead of typing the range, straight away we can go to that sheet 1 and just shrink this button by clicking on the shrink button. No, you can shrink this box, and so that easily you can select the cells, whichever cells you want to have as a source data range. So now I want to select from the call from the heading also. Okay, so that is from A2 to up to C7. Okay, C7 I am selecting. So you can see here $sheet1 dot. So now I have selected the contents of cells from sheet 1, the two from A2 to C7, A2 to C7, that is $A and $2 and colon $C and $7. So colon means a range of cells. So range of cells we have selected here from the sheet 1, and dot is going to be given. So now you just maximize it. Okay, now this sheet 1, this source data range need to be included here. So consolidation ranges need to be included here. So here we are going to give two ranges. So first range we have, first source we have selected, that we need to add it here. So it is added here. Now you move on to sheet 2. Now what we need to do here is additionally 2 persons customers names are also included, no problem. You just select from the cell A2. Okay, so like January month, how we did, in the same manner for February also we need to select the source data range. So for that, what we need to do here is you just click on this string button and erase this source data range, what we have given in the initial. Now we are going to select newly, that is second data range. Just select it, and that data range also will get displayed here. And just maximize this using this down arrow. You just maximize this consolidate dialog box, and then add this range also here. Okay, after adding, what we need to do, where we want to get the result. So copy results to. So after combining the contents from these two sheets, okay, where the result need to be displayed. So we need to display the result in sheet 3 and at which location. So I'm going to select this A2 cell. So in sheet 3 dot A2, I want to, from A2 I want to display the contents, or else we can display contents from next cell also. Okay, so now I have selected sheet 3 and A2. Okay, so this was already available. Even if you want to give one more time, okay, just select this cell, that will be displayed here. After placing the cursor, just select the cell where you want to have want to copy the results. Okay, so after doing this, you just click on this more option, more button. Okay, so if you click more button, this consolidated by and row labels, no, this was not selected initially. We need to select the consolidation should be done by based on the row labels and column labels. What is when we row labels and column labels means? You just go to sheet 1, see here. So row by row, all the values like a name, withdraw, deposit, and around, that is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh here in sheet 1, and including from second row to ninth row, all the labels, all the things you want to have means you need to click on row label. And likewise column labels, that is name also, withdraw also, deposit also, everything you want to have means column wise, all the 3 columns also you want to have in the result means you need to select the column labels. So we have chosen this consolidated by row labels and column labels because we want to get the entire content, entire table what we have in sheet 1 and sheet 2. So that we have selected this row labels and column labels. Now what we need to do here is in options box under options option under, okay, link to source data. So the use of this option is, if you enable this option, what will happen means, what what is the usefulness for us means. So if you are doing changes in January month or February month in withdrawal amount or in deposit amount, any changes we are making for the corresponding one customer, so that changes are going to be reflected here in the result. Okay, so that we will see here after doing it. So if you enable this option, what will happen in sheet 1 or sheet 2, any data if you are making changes here, okay, so that changes will get reflected in, that will be getting reflected in the result also. Okay, so that is the advantage of selecting this enable option. If you are not selecting this option, whatever changes if you are making in future, that will not get reflected, the result will not be updated one or latest one. So that we need to select this option, link to source data. So source data, with that this result is going to be linked. So for that only we are choosing this option. So after finishing everything, so we have completed function also, consolidation ranges also we have selected. Now we want to get the result from which cell, in which cell, from A2 cell onwards the data are going to be displayed. So now we will need to click on OK, so you can get the result like this. Okay, now you are getting the result. See, we will do it in sheet 4. Okay, newly in sheet 4 we can open, then only the result will be viewed correctly by you. So sheet 3 I'm going to delete now. Okay, I'm going to delete the sheet because I already have done, and so that it is not displaying correctly. So sheet 1 and sheet 2, from these two sheets I need to display the content in sheet 4. So for that we will do it again here. So consolidating data. So instead of consolidating data, we will enter transaction in 2 months. Transaction in last 2 months. Okay. So now we want to get the result here from A to cell numbers. So we will see how data consolidate options and all need to be changed. So source data range is correct. Okay, sum only. Sum and data ranges also correctly is given, sheet 1 and sheet 2. And destination data range is sheet 4 A2. Okay. So now we need to click on OK. So all the results have displayed here. So like this we will get the result. I'm going to maximize this in order to view the content clearly. So 18 I am making it. See here. So under name you have the names of the customers. So even Ashwin and Karthik also is getting added here. And under withdraw, if you see here, sheet 1, Arun has withdrew amount 6,000, and same Arun withdrew amount on February 6,000, 6 plus 6, 12. Okay, in sheet 4 you can see 12,000, and in the same manner deposit amounts also 30, and the sheet 2 also 30, 30, 30, 60. Now I'm going to make some changes in the February month of Arun. See here, instead of 30,000 I'm just making as 35,000. So 30,000 plus 35,000, what will be the deposit amount in sheet 4? You just look at here, I didn't do any changes here. Okay, so 30 plus 35, 65,000 is updated here. So that is the use of link to source data. See here, you have seen this more option under link to source data we have enabled. No, that is the usefulness of this link to source data option. Whatever changes we are making later on in this input, no, source data, no, that is going to be reflected in the result data also. So this is the end of this topic. Okay, so now we can end of this practical. So now we can move on to theoretical part. Okay, see here, let us now study from the beginning. So data consolidate option, that is data tab consolidate option we have chosen in order to provides a graphical interface. So it is you showing this graphical interface for copying data from one range of cells to another range. So then running one of a dozen functions on the data. So we have done some function on the data, what we have seen in the option under withdraw and column under withdraw and deposit. Okay, so on those data we have performed some functions. Like that, number of dozens of functions we can perform on the given data. So during consolidation, the contents of the cells from several sheets can be combined in one place. So everything is going to be combined in one place. So for that, what we need to do here is open the document, open Excel that contains the cell ranges to be consolidated. Okay, so you need to open the Excel sheet. So choose data consolidate to open the consolidate dialog like this. Okay, after that, what we need to do here is, if the source data range list contains named ranges, you can select the source cell range to consolidate with other areas. If the source range is not named, so if the source range is not named here, means you need to choose by clicking on this, by selecting the so by clicking the field to the right and either type the reference for the first source data range or use the mouse to select the range on the sheet. So we have chosen this option, that is we have used the mouse to select the range on the sheet. Otherwise you can type the reference also for the first source data range. Like that you need to do for second source data also. So first source data range we need to type it as a reference and or use the mouse to select the range on the data sheet on the sheet. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to click add. The selected range now appears on the consolidation ranges list. Okay, so under this consolidation ranges list, first source data will get displayed and second source data also will get displayed after selection, and then you need to click on this add option. Okay, now after clicking on that add option, select additional ranges and click add after each selection. So like that you can select many consolidation ranges here by clicking on this add option, and by typing the reference and by clicking on the add option. So like that you can follow for other consolidation ranges, and specify where you want to display the result by selecting the target range from the copy results to box. So under copy results to box, you need to specify where we want to get that result. So after combining all the ranges together, no, all the contents ranges where the result need to be displayed, that sheet and also that cell address we need to mention here using this reference, using the same kind of reference. Okay, after that what we need to do, so if the target range is not named, click in the field next to copy result to and enter the reference of the target range. You need to enter the reference address. Okay, or else you can select the range using the mouse or position the cursor in the top left cell of the target range. Just position the cursor in the top left cell of the target range. Okay, so either these three options you can use it for entering the mentioning the target range. Okay, now after that select the function from the function list. So first itself we have selected in the practical, that is sum function we have selected. The function specifies how the values of the consolidation ranges are linked. So the sum function is the default setting. So like that we have another functions are also like average, min, max and standard deviation, and the tool is most useful when you are working with the same data over and over. Okay, and now optionally click more in the consolidate dialog to display the additional settings. See here, so we have clicked on this more option in order to see the other settings also, like consolidated by and options. Like the two options are available under this more button. Okay, so select link to source data to insert the formulas that generate the results in the target range. Okay, so rather than the actual results, if you link the data, any values modified in the source range are automatically updated in the target range. Okay, so the corresponding cell references in the target range are inserted in the consecutive rows, which are automatically ordered and then hidden from the view. Okay, so only the final result based on the selected function is displayed. So whatever source data range we have obtained, everything will be added here. See here, after 2, 3, 4 is missing. After 5, 6, 7 is missing. So actual data, actual source ranges are included here, but that will be hidden from our view. Only the result we can view like 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 19, 21, like that. Still column row numbers you can see here. Okay, so this 2 after we have 3 and 4. 3 and 4 rows are hidden. So the 3 and 4 is having the first source range values and second source range value. That two are combined here to get the result here. Okay, so that's why they have given so the corresponding cell references in the target range are inserted in consecutive rows. Consecutive rows means continuous rows, okay, which are automatically ordered actually and then hidden from the view. Only the final result based on the selected function is displayed. So based on the sum function, only the final result is getting displayed in the result sheet. Okay. So under consolidated by, select either row labels or column labels if the cells of the source data range are not to be consolidated corresponding to the identical position of the cell in the range, but instead according to matching row label or a column label. To consolidate it by row labels or column labels, the label must be contained in the selected source ranges. So if you want to consolidate the result based on the row labels or column labels, that label should be there in the selected source range. Okay, so the text in the labels must be identical. So whatever source range name, row labels, column names we are giving in both the sheets, no, the row name and column name should get matched. So there should not be any spelling changes in the source name and source column name and row name. So row label name and column label name should get matched. Otherwise, what will happen if it is not matched? Okay, then what will happen if the row or column label does not match any that exists in the target range? It will be appended as a new row or column. So it will also displayed in the result, but it will be added as a new row or new column and it will get displayed. Even if one letter changes, no, for a column label or row label, that will be displayed as a new row or new column in your result. Okay, so for that you need to be very careful when you are combining the results of one or more sheets. No, the time the row labels and column labels name should be matched for both the sheets. Okay, so click OK to consolidate the ranges. Okay, so if you are continually working with the same range, then you probably want to use the data create range to give it a name. So if you want to give the name for that, you can go for data create range. If you want to create a name for that. Okay, see here, if you are going to work on continuously the same kind of input, so you can go for data create create range to give it a name. Okay, so the data from the consolidation ranges and the target range are saved when you save the document. So when you are saving the document, the consolidation ranges, the data from the consolidation ranges also and target range also will get saved. If you later open a document or open Excel sheet in which consolidation has been defined, this data will again be available. Okay, so with this first subtopic is getting over. Next we will see creating subtotals in the next video. Thank you.